So what follows is, I suppose, some observations. Simple as that. I can't help but notice. Hey, maybe we can't. I can't help but notice. Did you see this? Are you asking yourself these questions? Let's join the dots. Oh, that was me videos, right, when I was putting up videos before, right, and David Icke, you know, took that one, like, you know, because I went on to Icke, you know, David Icke, right, what a little evil shit, right, okay, totally one job alone, undermine Christianity. How do you think he got to go on Terry Wogan? Anyway, we'll look at that later. And other things. This one, well, it's like this. Where do we start? In 2000, I was diagnosed with a vasculitis condition. Doctor said it was a grey area in medicine. I'll try to make this quick. Doctor said it was a grey area in medicine. Told me that they couldn't do anything, but they could put me on a course of steroids, anti-inflammatories, painkillers, like, you know. And so I sat there and I asked him, when he was Dr. Conor McCarthy in the Mater Hospital, 2000, I'm sitting in the room with him when he tells me these things. Polyarthritis nodosus is a condition that 5% of people who have it die within, 30% of people die within the first 5 years. 50 and 50 and over 65 is not good, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't seem to be anything happening there, you know? So I asked him, right, about marijuana, and he was very open about it, I must say, right? He said that he had a 90-year-old woman who came into him that hadn't got my condition but had an arthritis, and she took it in tea with tremendous benefits for her health. When we finished, we stood up, and I suppose he talked to me for a few minutes, stood up out by the window, right, yeah, because he was, you know, just has to be giving me the good news, you know. And he looked out and he pointed down and he says, that's where the children's hospital is going to be built. 2000, still not finished, not being built there. More on that later. However, ironically, okay, a friend of a family member, shall we say, and a very, very nice person, was doing, who recently is in my thoughts because they've gone through, you know, a terrible ordeal in life with health, you know. So, anyway, this person was doing a course in alternative medication, and what they done was they suggested that I could go over to the lecture that was going on and the demonstrations where people who had a problem would go up, right, okay, and they'd be given acupuncture and alternative medicines. So I went over and I sat down with this person and we talked and explained what I'd been diagnosed with, you know, which not only was a grey area in medicine, because I know more about it now as like the statistics I've given you, right, yeah, and more statistics, but however, so then it came time to walk up on the stage, and this was a huge function room. There must have been about 200 people in it, right, who were all there learning alternative medicine. So she says, you'll go up to the teacher, like, you know what I mean, the guy who's running the course, and I'll fill him in, right, okay, and when I get up there, right, okay, yeah, he'll tell them, right, about it, and then he'll suggest what they're going to do, right. So when I went up to him, right, and I stood in front of him, I knew him, right. It was Dr. Conor McCarthy from the Mater Hospital doing alternative medication. And he spoke about my condition to the room, right? But he didn't stick no needles into me. He took this piece of yellow plastic paper, right, with Chinese writing on it. And when he peeled it back, there was a bit of wood, and he lit that, and then blew out the smoke and put it beside me foot, right, yeah? This is no word of a lie. This is the truth, the gospel truth. So anyway, that was back in 2000. I was on such medications over years, which I had to remove out of my system. I've had 7 fusions in total, 2 triple fusions and a fusion of the big toe and 2 synthetics, and I'm just after an operation last year, which was the big toe and the 2 synthetic toes. And then I had been saying for years, okay, yeah, the back of the foot, right? And eventually I got a deep scan and they seen the problem in there, and they says, well, look, you know, when it gets bad, okay, come down to us and we'll inject it again, you know, or we'll give you an injection in it, like, you know what I mean, and then see what way it goes. So I've been through the whole thing, right? He says, basically, down the road there's going to be an operation. I have to be proactive in life, because these people will just dish out the medication, the medication, the medication, the medication, the medication. But thanks be to God, right, okay, there are some brilliant doctors, and I have a brilliant doctor. I'll tell you who he is. He's Dr. McCarthy. And he's in a HSE centre, and I've got to tell you, right, that is a doctor who listens to his patients. Anyway, here's the thing. I'm 58. And I have used marijuana, medical marijuana. And when I was putting up my videos earlier, back in 2016 onwards, right, when Donald was up for election and all that, I had my medical marijuana with me. Now it's illegal. As a 58-year-old man, right, okay, who knows more about polyarthritis than they do, because they know nothing about it, and I've lived with it and learned to live with it, and the way it affects me, right? And I've learned to balance my life, right? But I've learned to balance my life under very stressful situations, and we'll have more of that very soon. But however, yeah, I can't choose, right, okay, to go down and buy marijuana because it's illegal. Now, at the same time, in 2023, they want a 3-year-old to decide, okay, it wants to be a girl, and so to decide to have its penis cut off or its breasts cut off, right, or whatever. They can make that decision, because it's them that's making the decision, isn't it? I want to be a girl. I want hormones pumped into me, okay, that are going to destroy my health and shorten my life. I can't change back. It's impossible to change back. You see, they can transform you into what they say is a woman, but they can't then turn around and change you back into the fucking man. Yeah? They can't stitch it back on. And yet, okay, all around the country, all the people who are taking marijuana are medicating. And they know this. Go and look at GW Pharmaceutical, who are producing the spray for under the thumb, right? Medical marijuana, right? They know, because they say we're going to be producing medicine, right? Like for schizophrenia and things like that with marijuana, right? Because yes, a lot of people are actually out there self-medicating, he says. Yeah, they, you know, stress, anxiety, they get in from a day's work, right, okay, they have a marijuana joint, right, okay, keeps them away from the cigarettes, it keeps them away from the alcohol, but they can't make that decision. They cannot make that decision. So the fact of the matter is, it's great fun, isn't it? The fact of the matter is, right, it's rubbish. It's an illusion. If you actually step back from it and just watch it and ask yourself, you say, but that's like what they call in Ireland, wacky-backy. Who calls it wacky-backy? I'll tell you who calls it wacky-backy. The people who take it and can't handle it. Because they try it. They've all tried it. Yeah, but they can't handle it. Because they get panicky. That's because they have something inside that they buried and repressed, like, like a trauma or things like that. Something that happened, right? Yeah, or something. Yeah. See? And when it kicks up, they get panicky. I'm not touching that. That's wacky backy. That drives you fucking mad. Yeah, because they can't handle it. Do you understand that? But really, okay, what they need to understand is what's happening. But that's a story for another day, right? When we're talking about medical marijuana. Meanwhile, okay, it's illegal. It's on your streets everywhere. You can't walk down the high street in Ireland, right, okay, and not smell it. Everybody's smoking it. It's illegal. You see? That's because they've got that market. It's not about you, and it's not about you not being able to decide, right, to take that or not take it. What it's about, right, okay, is very, very simple. They're playing the games with you, right? They're getting you to compromise yourself, to go and do something illegal and feel, keep your head down, right, okay? It's a game with you. It's a control mechanism. Here's the thing. It doesn't cost anything. You can grow it it grows like cabbage, right? It's called weed because it's like weed when it grows. So everybody could be growing something themselves, right? And those who don't want to take it, don't take it. Those who think it's wacky backy, you keep over there, right? Because I think it's wacky backy, right, okay? When a 3-year-old can make more decisions about what their life is and what they can do and what can go into their body and what can be taken out of their body or off their body. So that's my observation on marijuana, the green, the Irish cabbage. More observations later.